Hello guys, welcome to the stream. Today we are back with King of Sahara Group 1.
Hey guys, and yeah, I'm here also.
Yeah, Prolez is
Prolex.
here. We are going to get into the game quickly. First, let's look at the teams we have. First, EL3 versus AS, and then we got Noobs versus PLA4. Just a spoiler: Noobs have forfeit the game because one of the players, Bork, could not could not play the tournament, so he's out and the team is out. So you're going to see that PLA4 has already advanced to the next stage, and the winner between AS and EL3 is going to face PLA4 in the next stage. Remember, it's double elimination, so you just need to win 2 games to advance to Super 16, which is a single elimination. So right here, we've got Noobs eliminated. PLA4 is already there. They've got a 1 win, so PLA4 will only need another win to advance. In this group, 2 teams are going to advance to Super 16. Since there are only 3 teams left, there'll be only one unlucky team who will not proceed. It's kind of sad that one of them will not make it, and we are going to find out who will be that. AS and EL3, these are seasoned teams. I have high hopes for them, but the thing is, PLA2 really surprised all of us yesterday. And if PLA4 is anywhere like PLA2, then this is going to be a strong group, and it's going to be difficult to find eliminate one of these teams. Anyway, right before we start, here are the polls. So, noobs who are out, they were already voted down by most of the team, most of the people who voted 15 votes, and people think that PLA4, Cavalier, and Bun would have won. So there's no way to find out, but there is a way to find out who will win between AS and EL3. We've got this is the highest voted poll on my Facebook page. It's about a 2-1, and based on this poll, I could say that maybe we're going to see a 2-1 score in the game. Proles, what do you think?
Yeah, I would love a 2-1, of course. And I think it's very likely as well. But you know, everything can happen. So I'm gonna stay out of the 2-1 game. I'd rather predict who's gonna win. Um, I agree with I would go for AS probably. But I wouldn't bet big on them if I if I had to use money or anything,
Mm-hmm.
because the other team they can, you don't know them, you don't really know them. I mean, Hockey Star, El Rip, but you have never really seen them play together,
That's
and we
right.
have no idea what kind of, maybe they have some good team chemistry. Who knows? Who knows? So I think AS probably will win, but really this is just a gamble. This is just gambling at
Yes,
this
that's
point.
that's right, and also I feel, at least according to me, this is one of the most anticipated matchups. I know you also think so. In the group qualifiers, at least.
Yeah.
And 29 votes. That's a good number of votes to decide like what people who has the confidence of the people. We've got HNZ and Sermon himself in the chats. Hello, guys. So I think we are ready to start. By the way, again, I'll repeat myself. The winner of this matchup will play PLA4 in the next round.
And PLA4 is Cavalier and Bun, I think, right?
Yes, that is right.
Yep.
All right, so we are going to start right now. Are you in the game number 1?
Yes, I'm in game number 1.
All right, so please, guys, just give us a few seconds. We are going to set it up.
Yep. Yep. Got it.
All right, just last thing we sync. Yes, so here we are in game number 1. We got somebody subscribed. Thanks, Gobi's best basement. I really appreciate the subscribe. Proles, I am at 1 second. I can start whenever you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready, bro.
All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Let's go.
So guys, this is AS versus EL. Um, here AS have got pretty nice nations. What do you think they must have chosen in the particular random?
It seems like aggressive. Well, Mongols is at least. I actually don't know where Germany belongs. I guess Germany is economic, right?
Oh no, so this is where it gets tricky. Germany is supposed to be economic and aggressive both. And looking at all
Okay.
four nations, I have to say these guys picked aggressive. That's what I would say.
Yeah, everybody picked aggressive, right? That's very likely.
That's very likely. And yeah, guys, if you are new to the tournament, if you're new to playing or just watching, remember aggressive has the best sets of nation. And the reason most of the players start with aggressive is so that they can have a good head start. They have this confidence in the beginning by winning the first game. That's why everybody wants to start with aggressive nations, the best set of nations.
Yeah, but it's kind of interesting that you can, play with that concept of, picking aggressive or economic, and you can have some, I guess, some mental warfare going on. Like, imagine you pick economic and you win that game,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can pick offensive in the next game. You're gonna be very happy, I guess.
That's right. Yeah, so you want to save your offensive, you want to have a victory on your offensive. That's the deal, right? Because
Yeah.
that's going to be your best effort. And if you're going offensive in the first game and you lose, that really shatters your confidence. So it's kind of a make or break deal. Like everybody is gone offensive. So of course, somebody has to lose this game, and somebody's going to have that loss of confidence
You
after
know,
this
you,
one.
you know what? I kind of look forward to, I'm sure if this, this tournament progresses, in a while we're gonna see, yeah, actually, maybe strategies evolving around picking, offensive or defensive. Because right now, probably, usually the players just pick offensive always to begin with.
Okay, so
But
I'm just looking at Sermon's comment, and he says that everybody went random for the first game, and that's weird.
oh,
Like everybody went random, and everybody ended up with awesome nations. So I don't know why you would go random in a best of three. Maybe you are saving the aggressive for later, but I really like the nations on both sides. Prolez, if you had to pick one of these sides, which one would you go for?
I think probably that Japanese guy. Oof, that's so. I mean, this is a tough question you're asking me, man. Every nation is nice. Like Germany and Japan are very very fast.
Mm-hmm.
Mongols is also fast. Rome. I guess Rome is like a bit a weaker nation here, but still Rome is great. Uh, okay, if I had to choose a team to be on, I'll pick AS.
You'll pick
It's not
AS.
it's
Yeah,
not convincing or anything, but it's just my gut feeling.
I'm glad I'm not being asked that question because I have no idea who I will be picking. This is such a close competition in strength because the Romans are awesome if you can make a powerful army. If you can make a big army, the Roman army is super strong till the age 4. After that, they just become a generic army because they don't have any
Hmm.
unique units after age 4. But until then, they are super strong. And as long as you can play to their advantage, I think there's nobody who can beat Romans in early game. But as you said, the other nations, Germany, Mongols, and Japanese, these are like evergreen nations. They are good in every kind of stage as long as you can manipulate and you can use the situation to your advantage.
Yep, I certainly agree. And quite fast age from El Rip I'm Killing You, which surprises me because Sermon skipped Mill 1, being Mongols, and El Rip I'm Killing You still is faster than him.
Dude, you're right. Look
What's
at that. And
going
he
on
he even
here?
got 100 food. I'm checking their
What?
ruin bonuses. It's
No,
it's about an
what?
average ruin bonus. I
Yeah,
think it's because of the 100. I mean, the free military that Romans get, but even with after that free military, I think it's very quick for him to age so early.
yeah, he's very fast and he has his Mill 2 already, so we see that he's faster than the Mongol guy. That's kind of funny.
That's right.
Interesting.
On the other side, Cage is nowhere prepared for this kind of raid, and yeah, obviously he's going to get raided. He's going for Senator. You can see that he has got granary and lumber mill. If I scouted my opponent and I saw all those buildings, I would be
Jackpot.
100% sure that my opponent is going for a full blown boom, and this is a perfect opportunity to raid or go with army raids even.
Yeah. I kind of want to say, look at Hockey Star. I mean, we all know he's a great player, but his eco is a bit underwhelming being Japanese. I don't know, maybe that's something special he's doing. I mean, he's researching science level 2 already, so maybe that's intended. I'm
Oh,
talking
you
about
said hockey?
Hockey Star. Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yeah, but actually it's
Well,
different from what I've
well,
seen. So he has diamonds. Maybe that's why he wanted to go for it. By the way, raids have started coming in from Rip, and this
yeah.
caravan should be going down if Rip does not mess it up. Oh no! And Cage just let him kill that caravan. I am slightly disappointed with that, because usually players would delete their caravan before that happens.
Yeah.
Anyway, on the other side, two stables from Sermon. He's going for, well, a lot of raiding, and he's even sending raids to Rip. So this is the beauty of a team game. You know that your ally is slightly behind, so you uh, give him a boost by raiding your opponent's your ally's opponent.
Oh, yeah.
I really like this gesture because at the way things are happening right now, obviously, Cage has received a pushback because of his extreme boom strategy, and he needs some time to relieve.
Oh, Gage could bribe one Cataphract, but
Yep,
still Rip is doing some damage with that horse archer in the back there.
he is doing a lot of damage. On this side, Rip did lose. Well, Rip lost the cotton merchant, and now he has another thing to worry about: these raids from Sermon. So I don't think he was expecting these raids at all, because usually if you are consistently raiding your opponent, you are sure that your opponent is more likely to defend himself than to send raiding units. But in a team game, you also have the other guy who could be raiding you and just offset the balance.
Yeah, yeah, and this is a nice move by Sermon just because Rip, I'm killing you. He's not expecting the raid at all, as you said,
That's right,
because
that's
he
right.
knows that he's raiding Cage. So yeah, I mean, Rip, I'm killing you. He wasn't prepared to defend. He didn't build a tower and all that. So
Oh yep, and
that
actually the raid is even more powerful for against Rip than for Hockey Star, because Hockey Star was expecting it and Rip was
yeah.
not. So Rip is suddenly taken off guard, and look at that, his eco is not as good as it could have been. By the way, I do like that third city. It's placed in a perfect position. It also brings him closer to Cage, who it looks like on who would like to boom a lot in this game, but since Rip has closed the gap, now Cage has to be careful. He cannot go on booming forever. He has to prepare army and protect himself.
And I like the raids by both Rip and Sermon so far.
Oh
I
yeah,
think both raids were effective, so
that's
it's
right.
nice to
That's
see.
right. And man, overall everything seems good. Hockey Star has got an awesome food, and can, of course, with Japanese, you would expect that. He's also got a barracks, and I think he's going for a raid on with the infantry. Not sure how successful that's going to be, but we are going to find out very soon. Anyway, Rip is still harassing Cage here.
Yeah. By the way, if you look at the rares, Rip has cotton and diamonds, and Hockey Star only has diamonds. So that diamonds is very, it's nice, but I feel like Cage having Pappy, Salt, and Amber, that's a better rare set he has
Oh
there.
yeah, yeah, salt for sure. Salt in this case, when you're going for senator, you don't get the cheaper infantry that Despot gives you, and this salt just completely overturns that fact. Like you get salt, it's almost like you have a despotic government, because you get the cheap infantry. What you don't get is the cheap military research and the the supply ability, but that's fine. Cage just needs that salt to defend himself. I think he's looking at a longer game. He has got a 200 commerce cap, which it really needs to be filled out right now. And Sermon's raids are definitely helping Cage a lot, because if it wasn't for Sermon, I think Rip would be dominating already. You can see that Rip has got Siege Factory. That means he's going to go on an offensive push very soon.
Yeah, but a small detail. Cage will be the one to age first. I mean, he already has, enough science. You can say he needs like 15 more, while Rip needs 100 more. So potentially, I mean, if Rip attacks him now, I'm sure Cage is gonna age and defend himself. So it,
Oh
it
yeah,
seems like, and even the economy, Cage kind of boosted his eco right now.
that's right. It's so much is happening around right now. Hockey Star is coming here and he's taking down the tower instead of those papyrus merchants. I I don't know if I'll support that or not. I mean, of course, it's good to take out that tower, but at least make sure that papyrus merchants go down.
Yeah, Sermon was able to use yeah,
He
the
was able to use
Pappy for
Pappy.
his
Yes,
level
yes.
2 science.
So far, EL has a higher score. They're doing great. Even with Sermon's raids, I think Rip is all right on this side. Not too bad. His eco is fine, close to 150, not the best, but Cage has a similar eco as well, so
Yeah,
so it's not a problem.
and Cage actually went for an extra science, probably also because he wanted to use his Pappy. And I mean, I like that. I like that.
That's right. That's right.
It's not like he's in any serious danger,
Mm-hmm.
so he can afford it. And yeah, I see those raids by Sermon. They're continuing still.
Oh yeah, and especially because Sermon, I mean, being the Mongol player, Mongols have the power of cavalry, and cavalry are quite mobile. Uh, you can take them to your ally to help. So it always helps to have a Mongol ally.
Yeah.
Even if
Uh,
Cage is in danger, yeah, he'll be asked for help.
yeah. And I mean, let's focus on Sermon for a sec. I got a feeling that um, I guess he's kind of booming or something like that, but I feel like him not putting pressure on Hockey Star at all. He's just giving Hockey Star,
Oh yep.
free movement, and hockey is just booming up. Look at his science. He has,
Look at,
two
yeah,
full
that's right.
universities. And Sermon, in the long run, if he doesn't change something quickly, then it's gonna get out of control.
Man, you're right, and he has got Hockey Star has got about double, like slightly less than double the knowledge. He's got a crazy wealth income, 143 wealth income for Hockey Star versus 55 for Thurman.
And it's obvious to me that Sermon probably thinks that he's the guy that's better off right now
Mm-hmm.
because he's booming, but in reality, that's not the case.
That is not the case. You're right, man. Like that's another raid on the caravan. Sermon already had to retreat one of the caravans. And
Yeah.
look here, Rip has got trebuchets upgraded. Now he's going to start sieging down these cities. Also, um, there's a despot from Rip, and you know what that means. Anyway, HNC says that he's calling the win for this game, but he thinks that AS will win overall. Well, we are going to find out that soon. It does look like EL has a significant advantage in this game. Another thing, HNC said that we have a sync problem. The audio and video are not in sync. HNC, can you clarify what do you mean? Is that the game video or our video
Our
feeds
Skype
from the Skype
or
videos?
our
Because if it's the Skype
yeah.
videos, well, it's fine. I don't. I'm okay with that. But if it's the game video, I don't want it to be out of sync with our voices. That will be disastrous. By the way, man, I'm really liking these raids by Hockey Star. He's mostly heavy infantry, and these Japanese heavy infantry are so strong.
Yeah, they actually can take a couple of hits, and
Mm-hmm.
and then if you have enough craft to just force march away, then you probably can just evacuate without losing your
Oh yeah,
units.
that's right. And I am a little disappointed by El Rip here because he could have such a huge army, but he forgot about metal. Another very common mistakes that everybody does.
Oh,
60 metal, and he's not pushing as hard as he should be pushing because uh, Cage here is getting so much time. Cage is already at 200 eco.
dude, I got a feeling that I really loved how Rip I'm Killing You was playing, and but you see that raid now on Cotton,
Mm-hmm.
those same units raided relics before, so uh, Cage has some nice raids coming in that we maybe we don't see everything, but he's certainly raiding Rip. And I've got a feeling that having only one trebuchet is a bit slow, dude. He's giving time for
That's
Cage to
that's right.
rebuild
I
his
mean,
army.
compared to that, Hockey Star is playing brilliant here. Uh, he's wreaking havoc in Sermon's territory. Multiple raids. There is one raid that was going on at Karakoram. This metal mine just got raided,
Wow.
and the city of Khotan was also just raided. And Rip seems to be ripped apart. I mean, ripped apart in terms of not having a clear goal in mind. He is attacking, but at the same time, he's going for hanging gardens. What do you think? Would you suggest that to be a good idea? Like attacking and booming at the same time?
That is a good idea if you're just planning to boom anyway, and you're just sieging your enemy just to keep his attention going. You're just trying to create an impression that you're going for an attack, but really you're booming meanwhile. Uh, but yeah, I mean, in that case, I understand it, but I have a feeling that he doesn't know what he wants really.
Yep, man. I would have loved to see at least two sieges. At least two sieges.
Yeah,
And they
that's
could
what
have.
that's what I'm saying. Like he has been sieging those barracks and stables for like half a year now, and he finally got them. But I mean, Cage just has to build new ones, and all this time, Cage was free to boom up or just rebuild his
Mm-hmm.
army. If you look at the scores, we see that Cage is ahead.
Oh yeah, that's right. I am going to move this a little behind below so that the players can see everything. Yeah, guys. So I'm back here. And yeah, Cage has boomed up so well. 250 eco compared to 165 for L Rip, and Rip is still not utilizing his metal properly. 60, that's horrible. Um, I think if this goes on for long, then Cage is going to win this side. Anyway, Hockey Star seems to be dominating on the other side. Look at his eco. He's got all the gunpowder age researches, and he's got 177 wealth, 135 knowledge compared to
Yeah,
Sermon, who is stuck at 70 wealth and 100 knowledge.
doesn't look good. Doesn't look good, and in the library as well. Sermon only has his science level 3, military level 3, and he's gonna just age now, so he's definitely behind him in terms of technology.
Yep. It's. I think Sermon would like to finish this game in Enlightenment Age. I mean, Hockey Star would like to finish this game in Enlightenment, but I am not sure. Looking at his eco, he has 600 wealth in his inventory. Not sure what he's gonna use that for.
Well, don't worry about it, he's gonna disappear soon enough. He's gonna click on science level 4 and start spamming scholars, hopefully,
Yeah, hopefully.
and then he's just gonna rocket away from Sermon in terms of progression.
Well, yep,
Uh,
he is going for science. Yeah, science 4 for sure.
Dude, and by the way, like, Rip I'm Killing You, he's still doing the same thing. It would have been more effective if he just raided with some heavy horses or something like that, or some horse archer. Because what he's doing now, I mean,
Yep, I see what you're
I
saying,
don't know
man.
what to, I don't know even what to call it. What is this? How would you describe this action?
Yeah,
Sieging with one siege. Well,
because
is that an attack or what is this?
he did take a lot of Damage. I mean, his overall his game was it's not good for his game because he went for Despot and he did not deal enough damage to get the worth of that Despot. Meanwhile,
Y-
Cage has been booming the hell here. 250
Yeah, like,
everything, 250 everything still, and still 87 metal for Rip.
and Cage was actually happy losing those buildings. For him, that was a perfectly acceptable trade-off, losing those couple buildings, but just having the freedom to build his economy up without any disturbance.
Oh yep, that's right, that's right. On this side, it looks like Hockey Star will be in Enlightenment Age soon, but I'm just not sure if it'll be soon enough because Cage is now dominating.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is actually sad because, Sermon does look weaker than Hockey Star, but actually, it's a tough call. Even though the scores for EL are a bit in favor of them, I
Mm-hmm.
feel like potentially Cage could kill Rip before Sermon dies.
That's right,
It could
that's right.
happen. That's the danger here.
And I'm looking at Rip's wealth income. I mean knowledge income 200, which is pretty decent. It's just that his eco is not good enough to, even if he ages to enlightenment. I'm not sure if he'll be able to utilize, like he'll be able to produce as much army as you need to kill your opponent.
As you see, look at his metal, 50 metal in the inventory. Like, obviously, it's bottlenecking him.
Yeah, but
Obviously.
I don't know why he is not realizing why he's not realizing that man, I have so much food. Let me just build some villagers and put them to a metal mine. It's
And
it.
he's still only using one metal mine. He has one in Rome as well. I mean, it's not like, for example, yesterday in the
Mhm.
matches, a guy he didn't have access to another mountain,
I know
and that's
exactly
why
what you
he
mean. You're talking
yeah
about the Nakakazu's game. Yes,
yeah.
he did not have anything. And here, look at Cage. Cage is preparing for his game. Um, Cage got these sieges. Oh man, this is really funny. Look at this. Cage has created these decoys, and
Oh.
he's going to fool Rip into thinking that he's attacking him while he goes there, and I don't know whatever he does, but he saves Sermon on the other side.
I like it. It's a fast reaction. He's not doubting himself. He's like, okay, I need to go there, and he goes there.
and
That's
and,
actually
and the
good.
confidence that Cage has got is partly because of Rip messing up everything, because Rip had a really nice start, but then he was not able to provide as much pressure
Yeah.
as you would think. On this side, Hockey Star has got so much. Like he's got a beautiful economy on this side. I'm just waiting for him to age because Hockey Star is the only hope for EL team right now.
To be honest, you remember how many heavy infantry Hockey Star had a while ago when he was making those raid parties? I'm talking about
I
hockey.
Oh, Hockey. I think he has
Yeah,
6.
he had a lot, and in my mind, I was like, good job for preserving those, But he
Mm-hmm.
actually lost a lot of them, and I feel like he knows that he was gonna age, so if he could upgrade them, that would be better than losing them, I
Oh yeah,
think.
man. Here comes a double on Hockey Star. I think this is a perfect response from Cage. Hockey had to be
Wow,
eliminated. Hockey had to be eliminated in this game. Rip was not.
wow,
I mean, is not a problem right now.
dude, I'm shocked. Like, this is beautiful. Like, Hockey Star, he had a pretty sizable army, but he lost that army while doing his weird raid on Shangtu, and now Cage has that army.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right. Another thing that I was not expecting from the EL guys is that they still haven't discovered salt, and it's obvious that there's going to be a corner rare. I feel it should be their responsibility to know about that rare.
Oh yeah, they
The
don't
salt,
know
yeah,
that
they don't know about
AS
salt.
has it. Yeah, that's a big one.
That is, and now Cage is launching these. Cage and Sermon both are going with these heavy raids on the L team. Man, Hockey Star could have finished here, but now he's going to be busy in dealing with these raids.
Um,
Oh,
However, do you agree with Cage just capturing that city and pulling back without even trying to hold it? Was that action worth it?
I'm not sure. Maybe I think if Sermon had come there, then Sermon could hold it, and while Cage goes back and attacks Perusia.
Yeah, because I have a feeling that he had a decent chance, holding against Rip. But yeah, he didn't take the chance. It's his choice.
That's right. By the way, I just noticed that once you have the operations upgrade, your decoys last so much longer. That's 2 minutes. I'm checking out the decoy. It's lasting for more than 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, I guess that's yeah, it does increase it. And also there's that upgrade in the smelter. What does that do? Like, no, it actually doesn't affect any um, craft abilities.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
that increases your craft. Yeah, that increases the amount of craft your generals can use. By the way, nice raids by Rip. Looking
yeah.
at that 5 dragoons, those
Oh,
they can do a lot
that
of damage.
that caravan it has doesn't have a nice day, man. He was just doing his thing, Oh, he's gonna survive. What a lucky guy.
Oh
He
yeah,
lives to see another day.
that's right.
But
Oh
yeah,
man, hockey is in such a nice position to actually take that city of Shangtu. He has got the army, but he just does not have siege.
why doesn't he have a siege factory? I don't understand. Is he going for an industrial age or what?
And
It's weird.
I don't know what his plan is, but this is bad for the game because he had this nice window when Thurman did not upgrade his units. This would be the perfect time to kill him, but now he did not have siege at the right time. I hope he builds a siege factory, or is he planning to take it to industrial?
He does have like 10 heavy horses fighting against light blue now.
Yeah, nobody in this team, nobody in the EL3 team has sieges.
Yeah, well, Rip, I'm kidding you. He had one, and once that
Yeah, but that was a
that
majestic
sucker
siege.
died, he was like, never again, never again.
Oh man, really. And that I mean that attack by Hockey Star, it did do a lot of damage to the Sermon's eco. His metal is horrible, and Rip is also raiding him in behind. Man, this is nice teamwork. This is the kind of teamwork I was expecting before. And now so Hockey Star is coming to raid Cage while Rip is raiding um Thurman. This is awesome, man.
Oh yeah,
I'm loving this.
and actually right now, if you look overall, then actually everybody is very similar, dude. Like
Yep.
I like Rip, I'm killing you. He could, bounce back. He's actually bouncing back. His eco is steadily growing.
Yes, that's right. And finally he
So,
realizes that he needs the metal mine there.
oh yeah,
I'm glad he does. I hope he moves that metal mine to this fourth city that he's building and uses smelter, because he's not going to survive with that 177
nah, he's
for a
not.
long time. Again, Hockey Star. Rip does not have enough sieges. He is building sieges, but I feel it's better to have your sieges ready and then deliver that sudden blow before your opponent has a time to react.
You're
Because,
right, dude.
because when you're sending one siege, even though you will send more sieges, your opponent knows what you're up to, so he has that time to react.
Yeah, he has time to start, accumulating more army because he knows the attack is coming in. He needs to fight. While otherwise, you might catch him while he's, doing some cheeky boom or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. You never know.
Oh yeah. On this side, Hockey Star has got 2,000 knowledge in his inventory. No idea what he's up to with that.
Who is
Hockey
Hockey?
Star, and eventually
Oof,
Sermon has
that's
caught up.
nasty.
Sermon has caught up now. Sermon is almost equivalent in knowledge
This
and
is
all eco production.
yeah, in also in technology wise, very similar, and that's actually surprises me. I thought that Hockey Star was gonna dominate him harder, but I guess
Yeah.
Cage capturing that city, it slowed down Hockey
It did.
Star
It did.
probably.
Also, as I said, Cage. I mean, Hockey Star. He still does not have siege. I feel that is a slight letdown. If he had siege, then he could have made a lot of difference.
Yep. Uh-huh. I feel like Hockey Star has been fighting under that stockade the whole game.
That's right.
That
Yeah.
stockade there,
Yep.
it's been that's the most efficient stockade in Rise of Nation history, I think.
Oh yeah, it's doing so much damage. It's like, and Sermon is ready. You can see Sermon has siege factory with 3 sieges ready. Like he just needs an opening, but Hockey Star is not giving him that.
Yeah, he even has a supply wagon. He's pumped, man. He wants to attack, but first gotta defend.
That's right. And on this side, Cage is ready for aging, and Rip is already aging. I just hope, I just hope he attacks before Cage himself ages. Cage is going again to save Sermon. I think it's a nice call. I really hope, man, Hockey Star had siege right now. He could have finished this game, but he's just I think it's just wasting army.
Right? Yeah. I mean, he doesn't even have a chance capturing that city. So why is he? Yeah, he should pull back.
And there's not a lot of economic buildings for Sermon in this city. Even if he had to garrison all his villagers inside, he's not losing much. In fact, Hockey Star is the one who's losing some army because of the city fire and that stockade.
Yeah. And I want to talk a sec about Rip. I'm killing you. Like, to be honest, I've been very surprised by him. He looks very good in this game. In terms of like just progression overall, he's pretty fast. He doesn't have trouble keeping up with anyone. Only his army management is a bit odd. That's the only thing.
Oh yeah, you're right about that. And also, again, as I mentioned before, he could move this mine, get a smelter, and he will have an increased metal
Oh,
production.
dude, look at that. Look at Berlin. Rip, I'm kidding you, is raiding with a light tank.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was waiting there for this wonder to start building. It's funny, man.
And why is Hockey Star getting the Statue of Liberty?
Oh no, I
Let's
think
see.
Hockey is getting Colossus. Cage is the
No,
one
no, no,
getting.
no. Yeah, I'm sorry. Gage. Like, I understand the Colossus. Like, I'm a Nomad guy. I know why you would want to get the Colossus. But I guess Gage is really aiming for the long-term game then. Because he wants those air units, I guess.
And because yeah, so Cage also gets instant upgrades to all of his units. You know that's a very big deal, especially if the game goes on till Information Age. Then that Statue of Liberty starts to pay off. At this point, I feel if both of these guys double Shang 2, then they can make a lot of difference, especially when Thurman here is not aging. I mean, he just aged, but he still needs time to upgrade his units.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? Actually, everybody has the same library, like exactly the same library, except Sherman has one research less. He's like a commerce behind. That's kind of funny, dude. That, everybody's pretty damn close.
I see
Dude,
what you're saying, man.
still no siege factory. Not even a. This is a bit mind-boggling. Why no siege factory by Hockey Star? And again, does he have commandos maybe?
He
You
has
should at
commandos,
least.
but I don't think that's his plan.
He's
Like,
not using them, yeah.
oh, fine.
I mean,
I think Hockey Star said like, I'm not going to build siege in this game. Rip, you have to build your siege, or I'm resigning. Maybe he blackmailed him or something.
yeah, but
Because
why? Like,
I don't know, man.
know.
This does not make sense. Why would he not build siege? Because he had so many opportunities to kill Sermon. So many opportunities. He had a better army than him for most of the game. And now Sermon is raiding him with these armored cars, and these are annoying. The armored cars are way better than these Carabinians because they constantly shoot. They don't have these bursts
Dude,
of attack. They are constantly shooting.
if your villagers have nowhere to hide, then just assume they're dead.
Yeah,
Just
that's right.
assume
That's
that.
right.
But it does seem like they are making progress against Sermon, but very slowly, because this time it's El Rip. You know,
The one
El
with the
Rip has
siege,
brought some
but
cannons with
he
him.
he's still using one siege, not the other siege. Yeah, I think I think they have thought that we will win this game with a single siege or we will go back home.
And also, you know, starting from the industrial, I feel like you need a lot more siege units because cities become pretty damn. You know, they have a lot of HP.
Oh my god, when did this
Wow,
happen?
what
Dude,
the hell?
what the hell? Cage lost his capital. Oh my god.
Wow, that's
What?
that cap sack, dude.
Dude, Rip just
That's
used his
that cap sack.
commandos. He took that capital and he's running away. What a tactic.
It's pretty damn genius,
And
dude.
I've been wondering where is Cage all this time? Why would he let Sermon get doubled? But
Yeah,
awesome,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Really good. Holy. I, I'm losing it with excitement. Come on, Rip, man. Rip, you've got 2 sieges. Just finish Sang 2. Finish it.
We're getting there. We're getting
They,
there.
okay, and finally they're using. Oh, okay.
But
There's
dude,
city is reduced. City is reduced. So
look at the situation of Sermon, dude. He's trying to mass up army, but he, you know, his units are just going out there and dying instantly. He doesn't have the time to mass an army, you know.
that's
Like he
right.
has like 6 units in total right now.
Oh man, what a game! I can't believe like
Good.
these guys had an edge in the start of the game. Then they messed up. I don't know how, but they messed up, and then suddenly they rose up from the ashes.
And even Rip I'm Killing You is actually I would argue that he's winning kind of against Cage.
Yep, he will, and especially after that 500 sack, because 500 sack not only did that improve Rip, it also slightly threw Cage off balance. I can still see that Cage has a better eco than Rip, and I think he will eventually kill him, but Sermon is not going to survive for that long. Um, Hockey Star and
and
Hockey Star still is true to his pledge of no siege. He has not built a single siege factory, and I don't think he plans to either.
I think by this point it's just like it's too late.
It could be unless of course Cage can pull off something as you call cheeky. If he takes Rip's capital, then that could be funny.
Yeah. And kind of like Hockey Star is pretty much raiding Sermon right now. It's a very massive, aggressive raid by him. I heard some. Oh yeah, I hear some. He's using commandos to get Karakorum down, but all his commandos are gonna die because there's a scout here somewhere, or I don't know. It never worked out.
Yeah, and Rip is just going on with for a raid instead of completely killing Sermon.
Yeah. But I like it because, you know, even if Hockey Star, you know, gets pushed back away out of here, then Sermon is gonna be left with a wrecked economy, dude.
That's right. And again, look at Berlin.
Oof,
Rip is
that's
here.
pressure.
Rip is here with tons of commandos. He's going to reduce Berlin in a snap, and he's going to
Dude,
take it back.
I love how Rip I'm Killing You is playing. He used his main army, you know, to give Hockey Star the initial push. But actually, his focus had shifted a while ago to Berlin. Because he never, you know, added units to help Hockey Star. He started just mossing up units to attack Berlin.
That's right. And he does have a bigger army. So eventually, I'm guessing he will.
He's gonna get this. He's gonna get Berlin. And you know, Cage is out of position, and now Hockey Star is just a machine that's just building and creating more um, weapons of mass destruction.
You're right, and now he has the Statue of Liberty. If he ages to modern age, now he'll get all of his units upgraded.
Dude, and he has two air bases, so it's perfect. If he's gonna
that
age,
is.
instant upgrade, and he's gonna just wreck Gage.
Whoa,
Yeah.
dude, what a game! What a game! I'm still going to blame Hockey Star a little bit for not trying to finish it early with sieges, but in the end, these guys did. And I've seen a completely different kind of play by Rip, because Rip seems to be like a pro at post
Yeah.
industrial age game.
Yeah.
He completely changed the whole scenario. Like previously, he did not have siege; he has smaller armies. But after industrial, bam!
He was a damn professional.
Yeah,
That's wow. I actually, yeah, you're right. It seems like he has a lot of experience with post-industrial.
yep,
Because
that's right.
even using commandos is not something a lot of people forget, like that you can do stuff with the
Yeah, I mean, I
commandos.
always want to use commandos, but I just can't spare resources to build those. I feel like I'm producing tanks, and they hog all the metal I have.
Yeah, but like a player like El Rip, I'm killing you. He probably understands that it actually pays off having those commandos, and he showed us that it can pay off.
That's right. And I'm looking at the military stats: 184 killed by Hockey Star. Brilliant, man. And Sermon has the second highest kills. I think Sermon did get double, that messed everything up, but um, it was a nice teamwork overall. You see Sermon raiding Rip, and Rip raiding Sermon, Hockey raiding Cage, and it was going all. Everybody was all over the place in this game.
Well, I think we've discovered a very common trend that if your teammate starts losing, and every game in which like we saw that someone's teammates started losing, we saw that their teammate had to rotate to help out, but then eventually they lose the game.
Oh yeah.
That was a long ass explanation, but like yeah, like Cage had to help Sermon time and time again, to save him from Hockey Star. But yeah, in every game that we see such a scenario, it usually ends in defeat for.
Oh man, what a game! This is just what I would expect from the most anticipated game of this tournament. So first game, EL3 wins. Amazing teamwork. I can't wait for the second game. By the way, before we start, HNZ has some questions. How many games we casting? We are just casting Group One, since PLA3 and Noobs have is already settled. Noobs have resigned. PLA3 takes the win. So we are going to finish Group One with EL3 and AS. When I say finish, I just mean the first rounds. We will have more Group One when these guys finish their subsequent games. Next, why Skype and not Discord? It's because Skype has a unique plugin that allows us to use our uh, webcams on the stream. I don't know if Discord has that plugin. If you know about that, well, let me know. I'll definitely try that out. Overall, I've noticed Skype is better than Discord at the voice quality.
Yeah, it sounds more crispy.
Yeah, it's counterintuitive. You'd expect Discord to be better since it's meant for gaming, but yeah, Skype is maybe
Skype is for businessmen like us.
like us. We get paid $0, but
Classy, high
yeah,
class.
high class Skype. Yeah. All right, you ready for the second game?
Oh yeah, I'm in the replay, bro. I've always been ready.
All right, so here we go for the second game. So that was a nice one, man. I can't wait to see this one. Sermon is here in the chat. Sermon, can you tell us what nations did you guys pick, so we don't have to guess, or else we will guess anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, so here we go. Okay, I am at 2 seconds. 3, 2,
Okay.
1. Let's go.
Yep.
All right, British and French versus Greeks and America. When did British and French become friends?
Indeed, that's not very realistic.
That's not realistic. Anyway, so what do you think these guys picked if these were specific randoms?
I guess, but yeah. So yeah, they picked random last time. So unless they picked random again, so then I guess for Sermon and Cage, it seems like it's aggressive, dude.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
sir. I'm not even sure what. I think British is considered economic. But
I
I
have
could be
no
wrong. I
idea,
could
bro.
be wrong. I know that
Yeah.
they're considered economic for sure,
In
but
my head, I had that thought, but maybe Brits is economic. So you might be right. So my head was telling me that, but I didn't believe myself. But Hockey Star being Greeks, that's not aggressive
oh
for
yeah, for
sure.
sure. Nor Americans.
Um,
Americans are also not aggressive. Both of these are supposed to be economic. Greeks could be defensive, but I'm not sure. French is, of course, aggressive, but as Sermon says that only Sermon picked economic, everybody else went for random.
mm,
And this is not the best use of all the opportunities you get from the tournament, because if the tournament allows you to pick a better nation, well, I would say yeah, go for it. But anyway, so what do you think about these matchups, and which side would you pick?
I think I'd pick British and French. Um,
Oh,
why? Well, I just like the despot for French, but mainly because uh, Greeks is not really super. They can be powerful, but you need like a very distinct situation for Greeks to be very powerful. You need like a good setup and all that. And if you don't get that setup, then you have a problem. And it
yep.
seems like El Rip I'm Killing You is. Oh, never mind. But yeah, like let's talk about in which period all the nations are the most powerful. Like, what are the early powerhouses and what are the late powerhouses in your opinion?
In my opinion, both British and Americans are late powerhouses. French and Greeks, it depends. Uh, if the Greek heavy cavalry is rated properly, then they can be a nuisance to any other nation. So it all depends how much heavy cavalry use we are going to see from Hockey Star, because uh, believe it, apart from the heavy cavalry, the only other advantage for the future ages that Greeks have is the faster upgrade time and the 10% cheaper non-knowledge cost, and that's not a lot. That's hardly
Yeah.
anything compared to what French get, what British get, what Americans get. So heavy cavalry is the USP, unique selling point of this
Mhm.
civilization. You need to utilize that, or else you're just playing like a generic civilization.
Yeah. Also, it's kind of funny for Sermon and Rip to fight each other. Like they're Brits and America,
Oh yeah.
supposed to be buddies, I guess. But like I would say that the Brits in Enlightenment age are pretty dope because they have like that special those they're light.
Highlanders, yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty dope. And
Same for
America
America.
is
Same.
also powerful in. Do they have special in Enlightenment age
Oh
special
yeah. How
units?
can you forget those marine units?
Oh yeah, of course. Like they barricade themselves and
Mm-hmm.
stuff.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, those are nice.
Yeah.
I think America after age 4 is just too strong, and especially if you can allow America to boom up to age 4 with terracotta, then they're almost unstoppable.
Oh yeah, you don't want to give them terracotta. Like, if America has terracotta, then I think it's your responsibility to kill them as
Yeah,
fast as
yeah,
possible.
that's right, man.
It's your responsibility, bro. Also, for Cage, he has like 2 gold rares, dude. He has diamonds
and
and gems.
and gems, this is perfect. Like if you want to kill your opponent using friends, diamonds and gems, perfect rares for you to have a lot of
But
wealth. That's what you need to spam those heavy cavalries and archers.
but dude, Hockey Star, he has furs, but that Papi is missing that. He's missing that.
Yep, he is missing the pappy.
And actually, first alone, I mean, it's okay. But first and Papi, that's a whole nother story. So I hope that scout of him is gonna find it out. It's possible.
I hope so. Yeah, it looks like it is running into it. Well, we're gonna see that.
Oh yeah, he's gonna get it, I think. He should.
Nice, because yeah, Pappy and so another thing that you know what if I am Greeks, I would rather kill my opponent early than to boom, just because, especially if I'm against French, because French are like superb in late ages with their that healing. It does more than you would expect.
Mm-hmm.
But looking at Hockey Star's rare resources, he is going to be tempted to go for a boom because Papyrus and first, of course.
Would you say that it's more of a theoretical question? Having both Pappy and Furs, is that more a aggressive setup or more a boomish setup?
It does depend on how you look at it. If you are going for a rush, that just means that you have these cheap upgrades ready for you. But most players would think, oh, Pepe, let's go Science 3 or 4. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
going to stop before that.
So actually, in this case, you decided for yourself.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, you just choose your game style.
that's right. And,
I
and,
agree.
and I like how Cage's map is set up. Cage has got a nice 8+8 wood camp on the side. He's got one metal mine near Paris and one metal mine near Bayonne. So
Oof.
everything is supposed to be close. Assuming he's French, he should be going for Despot, especially with these rares. These rares are great for pushing early in the game.
And this is perfect for him because so far it doesn't seem like Hockey Star is planning to raid. Yeah, because he went for that science level 2.
Oh,
He
didn't he go for that last game as well?
Yeah, but he didn't use Papyrus. That's kind of sad for me, but yeah, I guess he didn't have time for that anymore.
Oh, yep.
Yeah,
So
and Rip, I'm killing you already with the third city. So yeah, he seems to be quite boomish as well. And yeah,
but these guys
and
have got like the EL team has got nice rares. Relics on this side, um, Bison, of course, Furs and Pappy,
but
and
the
then.
problem
Mhm.
problem is they're not really using them all. While if you look at Cage, he's already using horses, silver, diamonds, gems,
Whoa, whoa,
wool.
yeah, that's a lot. That's a
So
lot, man.
So now you see what the problem is with Hockey Star not raiding, dude. Is that he gives all those advantages to Cage for free.
Yeah, and
We don't
Hockey Star,
want
as I
that.
said, hockey. It's very tempting to go for a boom when you see all these rares in your territory. Because you see, Hockey Star built a barracks instead of stable, so he's not planning to go for heavy cavalry raids anytime soon. And without the heavy cavalries, then of course it's a generic civilization.
It seems like Hockey Star is actually setting up to defend against rares instead of
Yep,
raiding.
I see.
While while Cage is actually starting to raid and he has those awesome rares, so I think he can pull ahead eventually, dude.
Oh yep,
Um,
he could be on this side. Sermon and Cage. So of course, British are slow in the early game, and I don't blame them. It's just their game style. So Sermon will need some time before he is at his maximum potential.
mhm. But just looking at it very briefly, I like his position. At the moment, I like his position more. Being Brits, he has that. He probably, yeah, he did research taxation. That's an important detail. So he has plus 85 gold. That's double of RIP.
Mm-hmm.
And also, because of that, he has a full university. Talking about sermon,
Mm-hmm.
and that's not the case for RIP. So yeah, right now, I think Sermon can age up to medieval faster for sure and possibly make something happen.
Yeah, and these guys have also got silver here. I like how Sermon has towered horses and Cage is towering silver. Silver is, of course, one of those rares you want to keep all the time because whenever you want to age, you want to have it ready. I like what Cage is doing here. This is a long trading route between the third and second city of Hockey Star that's getting raided, and I don't even see what Hockey Star is doing about it. No, he is coming with archers behind. Just not sure if he'll able to make some difference.
Poor little camels.
Oh yeah.
They didn't do nothing wrong. And also, some raiding in Athens forces
Yep,
Hockey Star to garrison.
that is right. Nice, nice raids. This is how French are supposed to be used. Annoyingly, you annoy your opponent until he just can't take it.
Oh yeah. I feel like that third city by Hockey Star could be a blessing, but it could be a curse as well. If they can move the center of attention to mid, then EL is gonna have an advantage because they're close to each other
Mm-hmm.
and all that. And also his stables is on that third city for Hockey Star, so I'm pretty sure that they are trying to shift the focus of the fight to the middle. But all Cage has to do is just pressure Hios, and then this
Mm-hmm.
move by Hockey Star is gonna prove useless.
Oh yeah, that's right. And there's a lot of space. You see between the mountain and Kios, there's so much space that can be used for raiding. I I hope Hawkystar puts either a tower or a castle there, else he's going to continue losing these
Yeah,
caravans. It's
yeah.
it's a raiding heaven for Cage. If I was Cage, I would continuously go there and pick up some caravans and come back.
Mm-hmm. Like the only thing that Blue has over Red right now is maybe relics. It's helping him with that science income.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
On this side, I see that Sermon has prepared, like he has set up a nice base, 192 wood income, 164 food. He's in a pretty good shape. Also, that 100 wealth compared to 41 wealth for Rip. So it's not looking good. And if you check the grand scheme of things,
Mm-hmm.
Sermon is eventually going to surpass everybody. In fact, not just Rip.
Yeah, I'm glad for Sermon. He looks very good this game. Um, Only problem is, dude, they should raid El Rip more. That corner there for El Rip is a huge income of science and food. So that relics is actually impacting the game very heavily. I feel like
Oh yeah.
even having almost double the scholars, the knowledge income is still equal. So that's not, yeah, that's sad a bit.
Yeah, that I mean, yeah, the relics and bison, of course, really good. I see a hanging garden has been put down by Rip.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think compared to terracotta that people usually go for?
I would go for terracotta, dude. I would have went for terracotta and just finish this game, dude. Um, I don't know, man. The thing is, hanging gardens is nice, but hanging gardens does not go well with America. I mean, not that it doesn't go well with America, but
I
there,
think if he
there.
had to go for hanging gardens, he should have got it earlier.
Yeah, it's quite late, dude. Yeah, there's no reason to get it in age 3. Well, yeah, of course you don't want to expose yourself too heavily, so
Hmm.
maybe that's why he built it a bit late. But
Oh yeah, so some raids on the horses, but Thurman has placed that tower
yeah,
in the perfect way that these guys can escape from the raids.
oppa,
Right, that's
there
nice.
we
I
go.
hope I hope Rip does not. Oh man, Rip forgot about these raiding units. He's just going to lose. Okay, this is one basic mistake a lot of players do. I wish Rip had saved that heavy cavalry, but anyway.
Uh-huh.
On this side, let's see what Cage is up to. Cage built a siege factory, but I don't see siege units. Do you think he just built that for the supply wagon?
Uh, yeah, yeah, I guess so. Isn't he he's despot, so well, yeah, then he can use that despot for raiding, and he has healing on his troops at home as well, I
Oh yeah, so
guess.
he's going for a double raid. I see, and Cage does this kind of double raid pretty well. I have played against him, and he would go with his despot somewhere behind, and then he will have his main army raiding or even attacking your city somewhere in the front. I'm telling you, it's annoying because
Yeah.
both of those armies are getting healed.
By the way he ignored everything going up to that metal mine, And he only attacks when he's right at the metal mine where he
Yep,
can do the most damage. He doesn't
that's
give
right.
away his
That's
presence
right. That's
before
right.
doing that.
And now he's running away. He could have killed a few more villagers, but that's fine.
It would be cool if he connected up with that other squad there, like an ambush style
Oh
thing.
yeah, yeah.
Imagine.
And
Oh,
now
but yeah,
his second squad is also going to deal some damage. They just picked off one of the caravans, and the second caravan is coming there.
he really has some Navy SEAL squad. Looks like
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. And
professional.
this healing is
Dude,
so good, man.
can you zoom in like on that squad? His supply wagon. It seemed like it was blocking the road like intentionally. He put
Oh,
it there. Maybe it's something advanced we haven't seen yet.
yeah. So yeah, guys, you are in this game. You can block the other units using your units. That's possible. So yeah, it's quite a nice strategy because I use that sometimes to block the opponent's senator so that I can snipe it and not allow it to
Oh
escape.
yeah,
Oh
and
man,
yeah.
look at
Those
those, look at
rates.
those
Although yeah, plus 15, plus
chevaliers,
15.
heavy chevaliers, like they have plus 15, and they're so strong.
Beasts. They are beasts,
They are
man.
beasts. They kill a villager like an upgraded villager in 3 hits.
By the way, still no cavalry for Hockey Star. He's not. I mean, oh yeah, that stable was on the third city, hence why maybe he felt like it's a long way to reinforce.
Yeah, and hockey has got a nice eco, so I think he's alright. He's just that his wealth income is completely messed up because you know why?
Dude,
Because of those raids.
look at Sermon's knowledge income. It's pretty great, and gold income
Whoa,
as well.
whoa! So Sermon actually has more knowledge income than Rip, who's got
With
hanging gardens.
yeah.
But Rip's got a pretty nice eco as well. And again, he's not focusing on metal. It seems like a very common mistake that he makes. I hope this does not go down the same way like it did last one.
By this point, I almost assume that it's a tactic of his.
Yeah,
Like
it's
if
like
you
a
do it like
handicap.
2 games, yeah, maybe he does it intentionally, like he preserves food for something else.
Like what, man? What could it
Like
be?
a couple of light infantry, gonna raid him.
Anyway, dude,
Uh,
at this stage, it looks like Rip will be Enlightenment Age sooner than Sherman, and Rip Rip's got a nice
uh,
eco 250. He's reaching 250. His wealth is improving. Meanwhile, on this side, um, Cage is continuously raiding. He's not going to let up. Cage does not have as good economy. Like his food income, I don't know why it's 114. Did he forget about food or what? But
seems like he did.
but in any case, if his food income was as good as everything else, then I would say he's doing pretty well as well. And
Yeah.
those raids are paying off because you can see Hockey Star suddenly he's got 100 food income, 60 metal. He's
Only 2 caravans out of 4, so you know
oh
what
yeah,
that means.
and okay, Hockey Star is also in Cage's territory. And I wish he took out Sermon's gems merchant since he already here, but he's attacking that granary for I don't know why.
I guess he just, yeah,
He just
wasn't paying
forgot. I
attention.
think he's not, and
Because
he lost those 2 heavy cavalries as well. So this is what raids do to you because Hockey Star right now is probably focusing on the raids that he's receiving from Cage instead of what he sent here.
oh yeah, that made his raid very ineffective right
Yeah,
now.
completely ineffective, and at the same time he's also going to lose all these units.
By the way, if you look at El Rip, I'm killing you, he doesn't have an army at all, so I would love if Sermon would have, for example, attacked Hockey Star City there.
Yeah,
There would be no chance of defending it. He would
there
get it
would be.
like for sure.
Also, he does have precedent. Remember, he did not go for monarchy. So,
So what does that mean?
precedent gives you faster production of units. So you could potentially get a lot of units in a short span of time.
That's why Sermon should have attacked Hockey Star City, not El Rip, I'm killing you.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, okay,
Kalkis,
yeah. Oh,
that
okay,
city
okay,
there
okay.
is so exposed.
Oh yeah, that's right. And now it looks like some. So it's very tempting to attack Kalkis, but Sermon seems to be going for Seattle.
Yeah, he needs his general here. He needs a supply wagon that's coming up.
Oh yeah, an AS does not look like, at least Sermon does not look like he's going to be aging anytime soon. Um, but Rip will be Enlightenment age pretty quickly.
Wow, Cage's economy was not that great, remember? But
Mm-hmm.
by raiding, he actually brought Hockey Star's economy down to his
Yeah.
own level.
Yeah, if you can't go up, you bring
You
others
just
down.
gotta bring him down then, yeah.
Oh man, what like a nice game of raids here. I like what Cage has been doing all this game. He's annoyed Hockey Star so much for sure.
For sure. Also in the library, he's leading right now, Cage against Hockey. So he will be first to. Oh, he's going in extra commerce. I don't know why. Why? You haven't even filled out your current
Yep.
cap.
So
That's right.
I think he is going to take that city of Chios or Chios, whatever
Oh
way you call
yeah,
it. He is going to
yeah.
take that city. Hockey Star just phased out. He's not ready for whatever is coming at him. And right now it's all up to El Rip. El Rip needs to finish Sermon's army and come here to help Hockey. Else that's GG.
Well, yeah, but this time you see that pressure by Sherman. There's no savior coming to help Hockey Star. He's busy, man. He has to fight for his own life.
Oh yep, you are right, man. On this side, Sermon doesn't look like he's going to age, but he's investing all in. He's going all in this gunpowder age. He knows that he has the army disadvantage. Like he does not have the technology, but he's going to make that up with the numbers. And and all Sermon needs to do right now is hold. Just keep El Rip away
But
while.
Sermon is budging, it seems. He's budging, man. He doesn't want his fight.
Oh
He...
yep, he does not want to. And look at that. He sees Rip going away.
Lol, and Rip be like,
Oh
I
come
don't
on,
wanna
man.
fight you, dude.
Come on, like Rip just left his city of Seattle open. I have no idea why he would do that. What's the
Right
point?
now, I would be screaming to Cage, fall back, dude, fall back, he's coming. And yeah, Cage, I'd rather see him just fall back and, avoid the engagement. Well, it seems that he's back. Rip is coming back.
Yeah, he should have finished this army before leaving. Now with Seattle gone, it's going to be hard to. Anyway, and look at Sermon's eco. It's crazy,
Yeah,
man. It's crazy.
it's
I
awesome.
think he was 300 for a while.
Luckily for Rip, that forward city doesn't really affect his economy that much, I see.
Oh yeah, it does not. It does not. And so
Yeah,
Sermon and Cage both are aging. That means, of course, Rip cannot kill both of these guys by himself. So
to be honest, Sermon being an age down, he gave Rip a pretty decent fight. Like,
oh yeah.
it's not like Rip didn't lose any units at all, and it gave Cage more time. So they know he's rotating again.
And I also don't agree with how Rip decided to rotate. He could have rotated from behind and leaving some decoys or something just to keep Sermon busy, but he decided to rotate in front. Like he's clearly telling.
In broad daylight.
Yeah, he's clearly telling Sermon that I'm going there. You can stop me if you want to.
Yeah, that was quite arrogant.
That was, and now. And also, I feel he could have left his president back, and he could have just taken a general, because general would provide all the armor and everything, while the president would allow faster production of units back home in Seattle.
It's GG. I think Rip, I'm killing you gave his advantage away, because the army he's sending to help Hockey Star is not even big enough to really fight against Cage. Cage has the better army. He would dispose of that army very quickly if he wanted to.
That's right. That's right.
He could win against both those squads. right now without any issues. But meanwhile, Sermon is on his city and he's already sieging his barracks and all that. So yeah, this is the final blow, I think.
Yep,
I
it
f-
is. It is. And Sermon says, "Well played." So it seems like these guys know that they have won the game, and yeah, eventually they have. So GG's have come in.
yeah, GG's.
A quick look at the resources. Sermon was leading with timber and wealth, and everything else. Rip was leading. I think Rip could have eventually, maybe Rip and Sermon would have a very close fight if they were allowed to fight. But on this side, Cage was dominating, and I think a big reason why Cage dominated so much is because he wasn't rated as much as you would expect from Greeks.
Yeah, and also his raids were tremendous.
Yeah, and you can see his units killed. He's got more units killed than the whole L team combined.
Yeah, and he didn't lose that much at all as well.
Oh yeah.
I feel like Rip kind of wasted his opportunity. I mean, okay, I get it. He had to help Hockey Star, but the way he tried to help him was a bit underwhelming as well. He didn't end up helping him, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel he could have done it better.
Yeah, he kept running back to either. Yeah, he was not sure what to do. You could see that.
Anyway, I'm gonna place the scorecard somewhere at the bottom so everybody can see. Yep. So here we got the score, and AS is back in game, baby. 1-1. This is
1-1,
going to
baby.
be the last game. Whoever wins this proceeds to the next round and plays against PLA4.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
Sir, yes, sir.
And I'm glad we are seeing these 2-1 matches because they tell you that both these teams are actually very close in skill.
Yeah, it's starting to get sweaty up in here.
That is. So we are starting with game number 3, guys. Here we go.
Alright, yeah, I'm ready to just call the shots, bro.
Okay. So game number 3, I'm at 1 seconds. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, looking at the nations, what do you think? Are these random again or
Oh man, by this point, I think those guys go random a lot, so it's almost, you know, useless to guess almost. It's like because these guys like last game only Sermon went economic, you said. So, but anyway, yeah. Um, let's talk about the nations though. Rome and Maya for AS and America and Japanese. So yeah, I think you would agree that EL is the one that's better off right now.
yep, yeah, like Rome. Oh yeah, Rome and Maya against Japanese and Americans for sure. I would also pick EL's nations. And only because of Maya. I don't like Maya as much.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody likes Maya. No, if we allowed a nation picking in this tournament, nobody will ever pick Maya.
dude, it's not related to this tourney, but in Nomad, I love Maya. I always loved Maya. They're so fast, dude. Everybody shits on Maya, but I like him in Nomad.
Okay, I don't judge you. Yeah, in Nomad you can like they're good for defense and you have to defend a lot in Nomad.
Actually, they're good for classical age rush as well, because you're just simply faster than the other nations. But yeah,
Oh.
let's go back to the game. You know, the Mayan player does have Pappy. That's like a little light in the tunnel for him.
Mm-hmm. And
And
sugar.
salt. He's
Oh
gonna get
wait, wait,
salt
wait,
as well.
wait. Oh
His
yeah.
second city.
So salt, sugar, gems. What
And
else do these guys have?
well, the relics is kind of, you know, in no man's land, but nah, I think
Rip will get that.
it's more for Rip. But if Sermon gets his third city first, then he can actually take relics. I feel like.
That's right. That's right. Sermon can, but Sermon will have to be very fast in order to take this relics. He'll have to even put a
He's not.
temple. He'll have to even put a temple there.
Sure, no problem. I'm on it. But yeah, Japanese, they're fast as well. So I wouldn't, being Maya, I wouldn't, be a tough guy against Japs.
Yep, and Rip here against Sermon, while Hockey Star is against Romans. And Romans and Americans quite complementary nations, because right when Americans start to show their power, Romans start to go down in strength. So in order for
Yeah.
Cage to win this game, the ideal time to kill is going to be before Gunpowder Age, or even right in Gunpowder Age, in the early parts where he ages to Gunpowder and tries to finish as soon as possible.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. For who is that Gunpowder Age? Very, very nice. For
So
the
before
Roman guy?
Gunpowder, I think before Gunpowder Age, and even in Gunpowder Age, Romans are strong, but after that they fade in
Mm-hmm.
strength. And
Yeah.
Americans get their unique units. Americans also get those that free government. So you get a free government. You're saving so much wealth or metal, whichever government you take, and 200 knowledge. So that's a big deal. And also you save on that time when you have to accommodate for these resources before you research the government. So
Mm-hmm.
I think from that point, Americans do get strong, and before if Cage can take Hockey Star out before that point, it'll be the ideal case. Else, Hockey Star is going to dominate.
Yeah. Um, we've seen the players, play for two games now. Um, is it, let's try to get a profile on them. Like, Sermon seems to be a boomer and Hockey Star as well.
Oh yeah.
Rip seems to be like, he doesn't really have a style. He's just playing, but
Mm-hmm.
he does seem an expert on how to age fast. He always ends up having a nice science income and somehow beating his opponents in terms of that technology, even
That's
though
right.
his
Yeah,
ego
yeah.
sometimes suffers. So yeah, that's
That's a
surprising.
good point you picked up. Brought up that he always ages faster than the opponents.
And Cage is just great. Yeah, I'm just a fanboy, but Cage just yeah, overall, I don't know, man. Overall, he's pretty great. He can play aggressively and he can play boomy, I think. But I think you know him better. Would you agree, or how
Yep,
would you
Cage.
profile him?
Yeah, yeah. I would. Like, if Cage is in front of me, I will not take him easily. I'll know that he's up to something, and I would like to. I would like to find out what he's up to.
He's always up to something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Um.
on this side, I am seeing Rip just grab hold of relics. He's even sent archers
It
there.
it appears to me that he's aiming for that third city there because he has his temple already,
Oh yeah, but at
and
the same time, he's also getting a senate. So I think he is going to wait on
well,
the civic to. He's going to go for senator first.
yep.
On this side, the Sermon went for the senator before he is getting his stable. And when it comes to stable versus barracks, I always prefer barracks, because barracks just provides you with more versatile units. And while stable is better for raiding, barracks is just better for defending. And in such a case, for Japanese, I think he's better defending right now.
Yeah, like I said, being Maya, I wouldn't, pretend like I'm a tough guy against Japs, because Japs is the dominant nation here for sure. But it's kind of funny. The ego for Sermon is like the same slash better than the Rip.
Yeah,
But
and Sermon is one of those players who starts working on his eco the moment he has any place left in the commerce cap, and I like that thing about him.
yeah, because sometimes you can lose track and like, oh, I've been on 120 wood income all this time, and you can be surprised. That light horse, yeah, it got away.
It got away, and Sermon could have started bribing a little early, but that's fine. And there comes the third city from Rip. He's going to start putting it down very soon. I'm pretty sure Sermon knows that Rip is going to try putting a city there. Of course, there is the perfect relics there. There is a big mountain. Anybody would want to grab that.
Yeah, this is a perfect city for Rip. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he's gonna age even faster. By the way, Cage, man, he's doing great again. Click on him and check the rares on that guy. Just check the
Oh
rares.
yeah, all these
Dye,
like all the
silk,
nice rares
salt,
that these
sugar.
guys have, he
Yeah,
has it,
gems.
and he even got the fort on this side. That means he has this amazing border push.
Oh yeah. Oh, I thought that I didn't look. I thought that was a city. So now he can even close the distance even more. You know.
Yep, and that's exactly what
Oh,
Roman's
look
doing,
at
and
that.
he is closing the distance, man.
Securing that first as well, dude.
That's third city. I mean, that third city is so close. I think he can start shooting the farms right from within the city.
Yeah, and I love that you see that this was all conscience because his merchant is there already, so he was really planning for it.
That's right. That's right. And really nice game plan by Cage, and he forced Hockey Star to delete this woodcutter camp. He hasn't deleted yet, but I'm hoping he will delete eventually.
And also, you know, being Romans, he already has a nice gold income, you know, default by default. But once he gets that temple and taxation, he has gems, and his fort is increasing his border, so he's gonna get a lot of gold from that.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. He's even putting down a tower. I'm excited for this fight because if you remember last time, Cage took out Hockey Star soon, and we may see a similar thing again here. Uh,
Yeah.
so Rib being the Japanese player, he either needs to step in and help Hockey Star right now, or he needs to kill Sermon before it's too late.
um. Yeah, and it's kind of funny. Like Gage, like dropped by and he just stole that woodcutter scam from Hockey Star.
Oh
He's
yeah,
like, okay, you're not gonna use that anymore, boy.
that's right.
Don't even think
And
about it.
both, I mean, both the tower is going to be messy there. The tower is going to help Cage take the Dallas city, and this city is already fighting at the farm for Dallas. So
And that siege is ready, and Cage is already aging, dude. And he's making a catapult, so I guess he's gonna start sieging. That tower is perfect for the siege, because you know the siege can maybe uh, it kind of
protected.
it
Yeah,
kind
you're
of
right.
gets
You're right about
protected.
that.
Yeah.
You
So
see
looks
interesting
good.
thing. Just now Cage is going to get his government. So he waited all this time to find out what he should do, and now, if well, looking at the scenario, it's obvious that he should be going for despotism. And let me tell you, despotism with salt, with the cheaper Roman infantry, it's a disaster for the opponent.
Yeah, indeed, that salt and despot, and indeed you were right. Yeah, the despot is coming in.
All right,
Meanwhile, you know, on the other side, nothing too special going on, like some light raids from both sides, but
that's right,
yeah,
that's right.
both players seem to be booming, and I find it quite amusing that actually Sermon isn't really getting dominated by Japanese.
That's right, and
In
he is
fact, he's doing better.
yeah, he's got an amazing food and wood income.
Yeah, he's doing even slightly better. Yeah, that's funny.
Uh, Again, a common mistake: less metal income by Hockey. On the other side, oh, I mean Rip, not Hockey. Yeah,
Yeah.
and also by Hockey, of course. I think everybody just doesn't like the metal. Everybody
like
wants to ignore that.
um like you know, getting food is exciting. Like you're building those farms and you hear all that noise, like it's finishing. But for metal, it's quite boring, you know. So maybe that's why.
Mm-hmm.
It's,
Yeah, you keep sending your units there, and it slowly adds.
yeah,
On this side, so yeah, Despot for Cage, he is upgrading his units. Eventually, looking at looking at his library, I think he's going to finish this in medieval age. Then that's the perfect time to finish off Americans.
yep. You predicted it quite well, and A funny thing is, Hockey Star went for Science 3, while Cage went for Mill 3. So we see like a mirror, you can say,
Yeah.
and maybe going Science 3 for Hockey Star might get dangerous.
Oh yeah, AS is doing pretty well so far. Um, you can see both Maya and Japanese player are on par with each other with respect to library resources and the eco.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the rare resources are slightly better for the AS team. That Pappy, pearls, gems, sugar, salt. Of course, they are great. Um, these guys also have got nice rares: wine, relics, horses. Just I would slightly prefer the AS rares.
Yeah. Knowledge-wise, Hockey Star is the guy that's better off, but the difference is not that drastic. Like the players are averaging around like 80 to 90, while Hockey Star has 120.
Oh yeah. And on this side, Hockey Star will be aging very very soon. And as you can see, this is the power of the opponent's despot. That despite Cage not using his despite Cage not able to exceed the 150 commerce, he's even not letting Hockey Star exceed that commerce because he's continuously raiding him. So Hockey Star's eco is just as if he would have gone the spot.
Yeah, you're right, but one thing for Cage, I feel like again only having one catapult is a bit slow, unless he was planning to only attack in Gunpowder Age anyway. But I thought that he wanted that Medieval Age attack for some reason, and Hockey Star is faster to age, so the
You're right.
timing is a bit off.
It does make more sense for Cage to attack right now. Just because, yeah, of course, now when Hockey Star ages, he see the moment he clicked up, he researched Monarchy. So all these things are going to help him. But in Medieval Age, he had no such advantage, so that would have been the perfect time to kill him.
Yeah, and I think he's still gonna try to make something happen in Medieval Age. Well, he upgraded his light horse, but he's aging anyway, so maybe he could have skipped it. But yeah, that's not, nothing too bad.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So the American guy has that terracotta army.
That's
quite
right.
late, I find.
He got the terracotta, and I hope. So I don't blame him for the late because he was continuously raided. I just don't know if that terracotta will be able to give back, because remember, it only gives you 30 units per second
Wow,
30 seconds for a unit. And
yeah, every 30 seconds.
He may not be able to take back the cost within that time because the city is already reduced. Dallas is already reduced. All Cage needs to do is start attacking.
Yeah, there is a time frame within which that terracotta army is actually hurting Hockey Star at the moment, you might say.
Right. And look here, oh man, this is amazing. Rip finally, he's getting more than one siege. He has got an
wow,
awesome
I don't believe
army.
my eyes.
Only thing he's missing is a scout.
Yeah, that's a nice army there. And it seems like Sermon is actually caught off guard a bit. His army is...
Oh yeah, no kidding. Sermon does not have the does not have the manpower to hold off.
And Cage is talking about towers.
Yeah, he is talking about towers. Oh, the game. It looks like these guys are slightly back in the game. I mean, really nice attack by Rip. I was not expecting. Like, we almost forgot to focus on Rip and Sermon just because there was nothing happening on this side.
Yeah.
So this city is reduced. Oh yeah, you were saying something.
Sermon is saying that he needs help. I like it, but right now Cage is trying to get Hockey Star. Like, he got Dallas down to 0 HP. He's now sieging Frankfurt, so he's actually increasing his choices in terms of attack, and Hockey Star's army is getting
yeah,
ripped
and
apart between the
I do not
cities.
like what's happening here because Rip is taking too long. No, no, Rip is going. My bad. Rip is going. He needs to rush into the city. He needs to rush into the city and capture it.
He should get it because there's no heavy infantry for Sermon, so those horses are gonna kill his army very quickly.
That's right. And no heavy cavalry here, but still, this light cavalry are enough to make a
Yeah,
difference. Oh man, what a game! Like these guys, so these two teams are actually very well matched. I hope. Do you think he's going to be able to make it? Doesn't look like it. No,
wow.
not enough units. Oh man, Sermon just managed to push from the last moment.
I thought that Rip had this in the pocket, dude, but
So
I
Rip made a very big mistake. He should have first concentrated all of his units to take Kopen. Even if he had to get militia, that would be fine. Because once he took down the city, then the city wouldn't be firing. But all this time, the
oh
city
yeah,
was firing as well as the tower behind it.
he should have gotten Copen because he had more units at one point as well. So I don't get why he didn't capture
Oh
it.
yeah, and now the Maya player has got a bigger army. He's got a bigger eco.
By the
That
way,
was just the right window for Rip to kill, but no more, man.
yep, you see what's happening there.
Yep, I
Um,
see. I see. That city is going down.
and you know, Hockey Star is hurt, man. I don't give him any chances at this point. Like, to come back from this, you need some magical micro and some, you know, genius strategic decisions.
Or
Yeah.
Rip. You need Rip's help, which he is coming for.
Or you, oh yeah, he's coming, but Rip just suffered defeat, so his
Doesn't have
army
a big
there
army.
is not so impressive now. His army is gonna get shredded as well, I think, to be honest.
And Cage has
Uh,
got the second armor upgrade as well. He's got Mill 2 +6. So even both of their armies together may not be able to make a lot of difference.
mhm,
Rip just sent all of his light cavalry
to
uh,
die.
yeah, to die, but it looks like Cage wanted to recede at one point.
Uh,
Oh no, no, no! Cage Rip may end up losing in Monarch. Very close. No, he did not. He did not. But even though both armies combined, I think Cage will survive this, and he will still be the dominant player here.
yeah, just simply because of that heavy cavalry is just ripping through everything. And that monarch by Rip, I think it should get killed.
Oh yep.
It's dead, man. It's dead.
And it's
You know,
sad. It's sad. Hockey Star almost had this game. Like he was almost back, but losing that city of Frankfurt. Now it's too late.
I do feel sad that Sermon wasn't even able to use this opportunity to you know do some damage to
Yeah, because he
Rip.
doesn't have siege here.
Yeah, he doesn't have siege, and I saw you know he tried to raid, but he doesn't have monarch, and that attrition was very annoying for him.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're right about that. So it looks like Dallas will go down too because eventually Hockey Star does not have the eco to sustain unit production.
No, he doesn't. While you know, Gage does. So yeah, the gold and the medal is really bottlenecking him. He,
Oh
he,
yeah.
um, he's trying, and maybe Gage should regroup because the balance is right now, you know, very, very thin. I mean, seems like Hockey Star is actually doing fine right now, but I
Yep.
think yeah, Gage can just get back
And
and
on this side, if you look at
finish.
Sermon's library, well, 300 first he's got the extra commerce. He always does that. It's fine here, but at a time point where the opponent ages before him, he could regret this. But anyway, 310 eco, amazing. There is no way Rip is going to win from this point.
Like right now, I don't blame him for going in that extra commerce. This time it's okay.
Yep.
because
It's
he has that
over.
advantage anyway, so he can risk it. It's not even really a risk. Like if you're dominating, you can do stuff like that. And
Oh yeah.
he's gonna be enlightenment pretty soon, so that's gonna be the end for El Rip. I'm killing you, I guess. And Cage as well. Cage and Sermon are gonna age pretty much at the same time point. Actually, Hockey Star does have enough science to go enlightenment, but he needs to research his military level 4 first.
Yep. Oh no. Cage, who started with a despot, has a better eco than Hockey Star at this point. Um, I think the most Hockey Star can do right now is just survive.
Yeah, but that's not gonna be enough. Surviving is enough only if your teammate is winning, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But sadly, that's not the case right now.
Yeah, Rip did lose. Like I really liked the three siege units Rip had, but where he messed up was his infantry. He did not have enough infantry to come to finally capture Copen.
Yeah, and his army got a bit spread out there when he was on Copen. Sometimes better to just stand ground,
Yeah.
or at least defensive. So yeah, AS is aging. Hockey Star as well, but you know, well, he does a nice job recovering. His medal is really nice, but still the Cage is doing better.
Yep. Cage is doing better right now. My dog wants me to play with play with him, but I'll have to wait for this game to get over.
Is it your dog now?
Yes, it
I
is.
thought you were babysitting a
Yeah,
good
I
dog.
was babysitting it. Then I realized I'll keep it.
Oh man, that's awesome. It's really awesome.
Okay, so age from Sermon, age from Cage. That
Okay,
round.
I was about to shit on Sermon, but he has some he has some cannibals.
Oh yeah, he does. He does. The three
He's
catapults.
upgrading them.
Nice. That's a nice. He is prepared for an attack.
By the way, look at the action by El Rip. I'm killing you. His raids on Cage. He actually killed like a whole woodcutter's camp, and
Yep.
you can see that in Cage's economy. 178 wood right now.
And
He's getting another caravan. So
that is right. So I like this kind of play by Rip. He does that a lot actually.
like mid-game raiding, like late raiding, like because sometimes you're gonna get raided like in H2, but sometimes you forget after a while that there is such a thing as raiding, and
Oh
that's
yeah.
when it really can hurt you. If you have no towers, if everything is exposed, then the game can switch in an instant.
Oh yeah, and I see what you see. Rip has got his own barracks set up here. He's got his own stables. So it's like he wanted to help Hockey, but he wasn't ready to save himself on the other side.
Um, I have a feeling that El Rip, like my impression of him is that he's a very great player. He knows the game very well, but he sometimes he's torn between decisions. Like right now, also just choose whether you're gonna defend yourself or whether you're gonna help your teammate. Just
Oh,
choose one of both. Don't go for for a hybrid because it's not working.
yeah, you're right about that. Don't go for the hybrid. Or if you're going for the hybrid, you need to know how to balance it, and
Yeah,
balancing is the main problem.
if you're going,
Obviously, Rip wasn't
if
able
you're
to balance it here.
yeah, if you're going for the hybrid, you should only do that if you're winning already. Then you can afford it. But actually, Hockey Star is doing a great job at pushing Cage back. This is surprising, and I think Rip's raid actually did affect Cage really.
Yeah, it did. Look at that, 158, and so it this is a clear message to everybody that how important and how powerful raids can be. Suddenly, Cage, who was all dominant, he is being pushed back. I don't think Hockey Star will be able to take that city of Kosa because he does not have siege, as Hockey Star has a pledge of no siege in this tournament. But he still is able to get mount pressure just because Rip weakened Cage from the inside.
But dude, I'm just mind boggled. Why? Where is those? Where is that siege? How can you still in age 5 not have a siege? At least have a siege factory, you know?
Yeah, no siege factory here. Oh man.
Wow. It's just yeah, it's interesting. But yeah, Sherman is just taking his time. But
And
maybe
and you know this, and like every any other game this would be a GG, but because it's the last of best of 3, they are trying their best.
yeah. And who knows? Who knows? Thing is, Hockey Star is still suffering. He's building his eco up, but only 66 gold. That's
Mm-hmm. Yeah, both Rip and Hockey Star, they are in shambles.
and yeah, Sherman is just looking great. Already aging to industrial.
Oh yeah, and Cage just said like push the greens this side all game.
I think he's stressing a bit because he feels that this game is in their pocket, and that's why he's extra anxious about losing it.
That's right, that's right. And yes, Sermon has aged. No way that Rip will be aging. There is no way Hockey Star is going to be aging.
Yeah, this time Elrip, I'm killing you. He's not.
It's not killing you.
Well, Sherman should watch out. Maybe just pull back, dude. You know your units are worth more upgraded than.
Oh yeah,
What the hell is he doing? You see this, right?
yeah, he did lost some units to bribe. But yeah,
But
that city of Hirosaki is
yeah, it's still going
reduced.
down. No problem. No problem
Yeah,
for
matter of
Sherman.
time. Similarly, on the other side, Cage has taken Dallas. Maybe he won't. No, he's not holding it for now. But even if he's not holding it, he's just keeping
He's
Hockey
keeping him
Star
down.
busy. Yeah, keeping Hockey Star busy. That's all you need. Sherman is way ahead of Rip. He's going to take the capital. The funny thing is, even all this time, Rip did not have the Senate deleted. Either he forgot or he was sure that I think that he lost the game. Because Sherman did wait for a long time before coming here, so I think leading the Senate should have been the first thing to do.
Yeah, he knew that this was coming, so he could have anticipated it. And yeah, Sherman, I mean, basically that guy, he's set for life right now.
Oh yeah, he now Sherman's got enough resources to boom all he wants.
It's kind of funny that Cage is telling Hockey Star that he has improved much.
Oh
Do you
no,
think he's a...
he says Rip. He's talking about Rip
Oh, okay.
because Rip was not in his peak a few days back, and right now. Right now, Rip did carry Hockey Star in this game. If you remember, for some
Yeah.
time, Rip was the only reason why Hockey Star did not die already.
Yeah.
And also, again, I'm sure Rip has a slight regret if he's watching this game or if he watched this replay before. He would have a slight regret that he could have taken that city of Copen and he could have turned this game around completely at that point. Only and only if he had more infantry to capture the city.
Because really the timing was perfect for him. Sherman, he was just, booming all this time, and his army was non-existent, you could say. Yeah, he could have hit him hard right there and right then.
Oh man, then here comes. Kate says would be quality content for the YouTube. Yes, it is, man, no doubt. This was a wonderful best of 3 series.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see the units killed.
100%.
140 units killed by Cage, 101 by Sermon. Again, Cage has more units killed than the L team combined. So I feel Cage has a pretty good record of getting the best out of his army. Even with French, he killed a lot, and with Romans, he killed a lot. So if
Means his micro is on point.
That's right, yeah, and he also knows when to attack Like this game, he had the tower backing him up. So any team who's going to play Cage or Sermon, you know what to do. Sermon is the boomer. Sermon is the player who you, if you let him live for long enough, he's going to make your life miserable. And Cage is the one who knows how to micro properly.
But we've seen Sermon also, you know, in these games, we've seen him getting beat down very hard as well. So we know his strong points and we know his weak points, I guess. Um, well, nah, well, but the thing is, all these players are so great that I feel like, you know, they could kill each other.
Oh
They
yeah,
all could kill each other under the right
I
circumstances.
know what you're saying in the right circumstances. Yes, so of course, it cannot be that one person always booms or one person always raids, but it's just the kind of style that they prefer. And if you watch a lot of games by a player, then you can figure out that this is slightly preferred for them compared to everything else.
Yeah. By the way, you know, I love Hockey Star, but he didn't really bring that X factor or that star factor. I feel like this time. Well, he did great, but actually, I've if I remember right, he was losing against Cage like both the times that he was playing him.
Oh yeah, I think Hockey Star was a little caught off guard the second game with those raids, and the third game, as he just said that he had a bad wood patch, very
Oh,
far away from the game, and of course that such being so close to the Roman player, so close, it can never be good for you.
but remember, the Roman player actually he closed the distance with that
Mm-hmm.
fortress, so
Yeah,
you can't say that, you know, Cage actually did this intentionally. He closed the distance.
yeah, he
I
did,
like
he
that.
did.
That fortress and that third city.
I really like that. That was an epic master plan. Like he had it all prepared because he had the this merchant set up at first. He knew that he would eventually reach that point and he would take it. Amazing game. And remember, the guys, both EL and AS are still in the tournament. Of course, AS is in the tournament. They have won a game, and if AS beats PLF4 in their next round, they are going to enter the Super 16. So let me quickly upgrade this chart. Hold on.
Let me see what you guys in the chat are saying. Hmm. So H and Z actually, he said an hour ago that he's calling that EL is gonna win the first game and AS is gonna win the next two games. So
I think he had a good prediction. I don't think he was spoiled.
no, I think it was I think it's legit. But wait, it's right? Who won the first game?
The
Was it
first game was EL. Yeah, first game was
So
EL.
yeah, he's right. That's cool.
So yeah, AS is going to play PLA4, and the winners, whoever wins this round, goes straight to the Super 16. On the other side, EL3, who was supposed to play with noobs, gets an instant win. So yeah, they get an instant win right there, um, which means now EL3 will also play the loser, will play the loser of AS versus PLA4 for the final round.
So in theory, they could come against AS again. That would be funny.
That's right. That's right. So yep, this is going to be a funny game, and only one team is not going to make it through this. It's going to be PLA4, EL3, or AS. One of these is not going to go to the Super 16. We're going to find out who will it be.
Yeah.
And I guess that's it for our cast today. Thanks for watching, guys. Um, we will be coming back tomorrow. We'll be casting on Prolace's channel. Remember, this will be Group 6A, which is AZ3 versus AL1, they'll be cast tomorrow on Prolaze's channel around 6 p.m. EST. We could be a little earlier or a little later. So make sure you are tuned in, you are subscribed to Prolaze's channel. We'll see you then.
Yeah, yeah, guys, for sure. See you guys. See you all tomorrow.
All right, bye bye.